No, I have made sure that enough manpower will be available in the Ernakulam office so that there will not be a time delay from our side. We've already committed our times. 2 months before you take the permission, apply for the permission, and within 30 days we will give you at any point in time, 1 month before the display date, we are willing to give the permission. So from our side, I'll ensure there will be enough manpower. One. And second, I've also said that these traditional fireworks makers, manufacturers can apply this time, and if you're running short of time, please never mind. Approach the office, we will ensure that we'll expedite giving the permission. But you please disclose what you use in those. Certain chlorate components cannot be used, so we want to be sure that certain chlorates are not being unknowingly put into use. We'll ensure that applications are not going to suffer for want of attention. We will stick to our time, the time that we've disclosed.
Madam, in Kerala already the season has started, festival season, and the temporal authorities may now have things already notified to procure all these explosives, and what are we doing for that?
Well, but as I said, these are not new rules that I'm bringing now. These are rules which have existed always. So if temple authorities are following it, nobody should have a problem. If they're following the existing rules, I've not changed a word of the existing rule. If the existing rules are followed, why should anyone have a problem? I've not changed the rule. If I change the rule and I'm telling you this year's Thrissur Puram there's only 30 days, you hold me at fault. I've not changed any rule.
Yeah, madam, we 250-meter distance is now
From hospital and schools.
Not for household, why not?
No, I've said these three examples. Well, if it is households, let the state government suggest to me.
After this Kuttingal tragedy, everyone knows that these rules have to be followed. Then why is such a delay from the temple authorities? Even in this year, they could not fulfill it. Why this delay happened?
Which delay?
The procedure completion.
Well, what I am telling you is just a clarification of what exists. Anyone who is dealing with this particular law and has been dealing with it for long doesn't even need this. The reason why I am giving this out is because I have had delegations, all party delegations. In fact, Sampurna ji also brought an all party delegation once. Incidentally, because she is here, I said, you please stay back because you're here, may as well sit next to me on this because you've come from Kerala. And only last week, Agriculture Minister, was it Mr. Sunil Kumar, had come. He didn't raise the matter of Puram during the meeting. In fact, Rajesh, is it another MP from Kerala, was also with us. He did not raise at all. On the contrary, I raised it myself. And at that time, Rajesh, the MP, told, oh, don't you know Agriculture Minister is himself from Thrissur? I said, all the better. All the better, I'll tell you. And almost everything of what is coming out here today, I was telling him this is what probably will have to be done because no rule is being changed. I'm saying please follow the rule. I said this to Mr. Sunil Kumar when he had come.
But ma'am, the reality is that, not only in Trichy or not only in Kerala, even in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka, in Andhra Pradesh, even in North India, fireworks happen without, complying to many of these rules. How are we going to ensure this?
Well, that's the point. Ensuring is not just one-sided. It's not PESO and the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion which is going to be ensuring. All of us will have to ensure it. The government in Kerala will have to ensure it. Temples will have to ensure it. People will have to ensure it. Those who are stacking these bombs and fireworks will have to ensure it. These explosives will have to ensure it. So ensuring is all our responsibility.
But the new points, ma'am, the single window system and this 100-meter...
They are facilitation, they are not changed to the rule.
No. I'm not saying that change the rule, but these are specific for Kerala.
Well, yes, because this is done towards the Thrissur Puram. If others want it, we can always consider that.
All others will be applicable pan-India.
All rules are applicable all through. But because Puram is coming very quickly, and there's been this many number of delegations who have come and met me. I said in Ernakulam, instead of Kerala delegations coming to Nagpur, we create that facility so that it is expedited. So there's no change in that.
The traditional man purchase. Do you have any data that they are currently approaching the deputy chief, approaching for the elections?
Well, at the moment I don't know, but after releasing this, I'll have to closely monitor. I'd rather want them to come and approach so that we, give them the authorization.
I mean, Trishulpuram elephants are also there in huge numbers. So every time the main concern is whenever these fireworks are happening, elephants are very near to that area only. So if such a tragedy, something like that can happen, then there is a possibility for increased impact. So how any safeguards to prevent that kind of thing?
Well, no, that doesn't come in my realm, so I may not be able to talk about it.
This is our, can I ask one political question?
Well, this is over, you ask them. If it is over, you can ask, no problem.
The BJP candidate in Malappuram said that, that there is already a controversy that he has assured that beef, good and, from the good beef from the approved slaughterhouses he will provide this good beef. And the BJP state committee and the parties like Shiv Sena has raised some objections there. What is your view on that?
Well, I have no idea, because as regards export of beef, which comes under my ministry, I can very clearly say export of beef is banned in this country. Export of beef. And yes, 100% banned.
Banned earlier or recently?
It's been banned. Now, for other than cow meat, which is what is beef, even buffalo meat, which is water beef buffalo, is referred to in some countries as kara beef. So people might mix up dropping the word kara and say beef is being exported. Buffalo meat is being exported, but even that is allowed only from authorized, licensed abattoirs. If you're remotely linking this to the UP instances, what is happening in UP is, as was said by the Chief Minister, licensed abattoirs are not being touched. It is only unlicensed, from where there is a possibility of any possible meat export which may happen. Assume even if it's buffalo, without certification and without license, export cannot happen. And therefore the action which is being taken is on those illegal abattoirs.
And regarding the Supreme Court judgment on the liquor ban,
I know there's a lot of discussion going on. I know it's a Supreme Court order. I know the tourism minister has also expressed a lot of concern about what impact this is going to have on tourism. I need to talk with some of the ministerial colleagues and see what is coming out of it. What is said here, but which is implied, is no display without license. We have simplified the process for giving you the license. We have given a timeline also. So please ensure that you obtain the license before doing the display. We will be officially writing all this to the Chief Secretary so that he will authorize the district magistrates to follow the rules and ensure that this very important, very valuable traditional practice continues, but with all the safety mechanisms in place.
I
Thank
know
you.
You very well know about the Trichy. And the
Invited journalists who cover Malayalam media today because I have a small announcement to make regarding Thrissur Puram. Yeah. I have an announcement to make regarding Thrissur Puram, and therefore I wanted the journalists from Kerala to also be here today. You are aware of that very unfortunate incident which happened in Paravur, where during the temple celebrations the explosions happened and a lot of people died and got injured, post which Honorable Prime Minister went with plastic surgeons and wanted to attend, and some kind of a help was also provided. But at that time a lot of questions were raised about how could this happen, how explosive of this kind of quality and this extent were all kept there, how nobody thought of preventing it, and so on. Very legitimate questions. Post which, because the PESO, the organization which controls explosives and safety standards, is under the DIPP, which is a part of my ministry. Matu, please sit. Come over this side. We had sent a team of officers from the PESO to the site and to interact with the officials about what could have caused this, what are the kind of steps we have to take supposedly after that to ensure that no such an incident gets repeated. I'm briefly going over what has led to where we are today. After that, one Puram happened, and that Puram happened under a lot of strict supervision, and thank God it happened smoothly. Nothing untoward happened. The reports had come of those people who went and found out and came back to submit the report, based on which we've gone through to see what exactly had happened. A lot of oversight mechanisms had to be improved. No law has been changed then or now. Everything that which has existed before is all that is existing even now, I want to tell. And I've also had a lot of people call me to say, why is it that you're not allowing Thrissur Puram? I know how very important Thrissur Puram is for Kerala and for this whole country. From the point of view of the temple festival, and from the point of view of tourism, and from the point of view of keeping up the tradition which has been there for a very long time. And I went on saying that we have not changed the law at all, even after Paru. Because what has come out of all those reports, talking to district level officers and also to the state government then, was very clearly the existing rules hadn't been followed. And therefore, what I want to tell you, oh, Modi government has stopped Thrissur Puram. No. We have not done anything to stop an important festival like Thrissur Puram. Oh, they don't permit fireworks. No, we have not done anything of that. It's very important for Kerala. How could they do it? They've stopped Thrissur Puram's fireworks. Not at all. But post Paravur, and after the reports have come to us, it's very clear that the existing rules were themselves not followed. And unfortunately, all of us know how many people got injured severely and how many died. So what I'm giving you today, I'm sure you'll get a copy of it, is only clarificatory note on what exactly has to be followed and who are the responsible authorities. And for those people who are organizing these fireworks, you don't have to run between 10 different officers running here for one permission, running there for another permission, we have created a single window. The other issue pertains to, one, of course, there is a Supreme Court order on the display timing, on the kind of display based on environment concerns. That's a Supreme Court order, it's nothing to do with us. And that's an order which didn't come after 2014, it's an order earlier also. So what we have very clearly said is, as regards storage and as regards display, the existing rule which existed before Paravur incident is the same rule which exists, law which exists even now. We have not made any changes. So if Puram could happen then, it can happen now also. But let it happen as per the rule which prevailed then, rule which prevails now. We are not changing it. And therefore for storage and for display, wherever the permission has to be obtained, please obtain it. I have simplified it by saying keep it as one single window. We have also said that the district magistrate's office will be the single window. You go give the application there. 2 months prior to the scheduled date of display. So if there is a particular date of Thrissur Puram, go 2 months before and seek your permission. And the permission will be granted at least 1 month prior to the display, which is, in other words, within 30 days we are giving you the permission. The district magistrate will take appropriate steps to comply with the Supreme Court order of 2007, which I have just referred to you all. Storages of licenses, normally for the storage, for taking authorization, permission, people had to apply to the PESO headquarters, which is in Nagpur. Now I am saying, don't bother coming to Nagpur, get it done in Ernakulam. I have simplified it for you. For storage, each time, storage license for storing fireworks, you had to apply and seek permission from PESO headquarters in Nagpur. Now we have simplified saying, take it from PESO officials or the chief controller of explosives who is seated in Ernakulam. The one who is seated in Ernakulam is the deputy chief controller of explosives. The chief controller sits in Nagpur, but take it from the deputy chief controller who is in Ernakulam. Then I am not going into further details. One thing I want to say, the issue of traditional fireworks, because as regards fireworks, generally people will know branded fireworks, you take this and use it. You know what it contains, you know what it is, a rocket means this, those branded companies sell you. But in Kerala, which has generated a lot of local employment, I recognize that. There are a lot of traditional fireworks which are made locally, which are not branded, which are also used in these festivals. What I've asked for is for these traditional manufacturers of Kuriminnal, Gundu, Mittu, many more. Till today, none of them have an authorization or a proper license. But because they are locally made, but because they have a lot of employment potential locally, and that's been part of the culture of making it locally and using it locally, I have said, please apply for license. Say what is there in each one of them, because in explosives, there are certain things that you can't use, certain chemicals which can't be used. Chlorates, they are very dangerous. So if you put chlorate, we might say, no, you can't put chlorate. But if you manufacture locally, palm leaf mein wrap kiya hua hai, it's all right, but apply, say what is the content, and we'll give you licenses. so that domestically that which has been grown for some time, which has been part of the explosives and fireworks system, ecosystem, we do not want to exclude them. So I had definitely said please include all of them, for which the authorization for these traditional fireworks, Amittus, Kuriminnal, palm leaf crackers, multi-shots, Gundus and many more maybe, I am naming only some of them. The manufacturers of these can apply to the chief controller of explosives who is based in Nagpur with all the drawings and contents of what goes into each one of them, the chemical compositions and everything. After that, PESO will approve, and we are saying this as part of this clarification. PESO will approve drawing of these new fireworks within 10 days. And after the submission of the fireworks samples, testing and final authorization will be provided within 30 days. We are not going to be sitting on them, we will clear them keeping in mind that Puram is approaching. And the festival season normally starts from November and goes till May. We've asked the district authorities to ensure that there are experienced people, manpower, who will be around where the fireworks will be conducted. There is one other thing which I am explaining. The district magistrate will ensure that 100 meters safety distance between where the fireworks happens, that is the display site, and the spectators. 100 meters at least. Those who come to see the fireworks should be 100 meters away from actually where the fireworks are kept. And the district authority, district magistrate will ensure that at least 250 meters the fireworks site is away from a hospital or from a school or from a nursing home, and that be strictly complied with. There are a few other things which are technical further details, but eventually one line which is of great importance is, which may not be part of